Okay, I'm back. I had a mini coughing fit. Okay, which I really hate because then it's like you have to stop and I'm so close to the end. Alright, but luckily I made sure that when I stopped, that I pulled the loop back about midway on the crochet hook, and then you can kind of turn it and put it in between your two things, and it'll kind of help us to keep it on there. Just be careful when you set it beside you or something. So let's get this done, Missy, as I would tell my daughter. Or Mister, depending on who's watching. Okay, I need to check where my extra yarn is, because I feel like it's getting caught here. Okay. For some reason I like it on this side, so let's just fix that real quick. Okay, now I can maneuver. It's crazy the things we go through just to loom it. Alright. Okay, just a few more pegs here, and we will be all set. Okay. Like I said, just doing it like I've been doing on a flat panel. Just to show you more how it works start to finish. And again, it's going to depend on your height, I'm a big girl, so I'm moving it probably differently than somebody that was skinny. So, I mean, it's just to give you a general idea of how you'd have to work with this loom to cast it off. Okay. It's always when it gets down to the wire that you seem to have the most issues, where things don't want to cooperate. Or yarn gets caught. I've had that happen too, so you definitely want to be thinking of that. Oops, sorry. Just trying to make sure the camera's okay. Okay, I'll just tilt this down so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Hopefully you can see this pretty good because I can't check totally. I didn't think I moved it too much, but we will see. Ah. Okay, wow, that's like really messed up here. Okay, that's why I was trying to do something that I wasn't ready to do. Okay. It says towards the end that you tend to get ahead of yourself a little bit, so you really got to check to make sure. Okay, we're getting to the last little bit here. Okay. Getting to the last loop. And then we're just going to take it off like we normally would. Put it on our loop. It's the last loop. Get the back over the front. Give it a little tug and kind of bring it down through the project. So it's out. Now you're still going to have yarn attached because you're going to have to cut yourself an extra. But that gives you an idea that, here we are. We've got our 5-foot long panel. And now we're just going to close it off here. So what I tend to do is I get some scissors. And then where the tail is, I'm going to cut however much you see fit. I usually like to give myself more than little. And I need to get some new scissors. Okay. So, all I do here is I bring that last little strands through. Oops. Do that last loop and I give it a little tug to kind of help lock it in place. And then what I might do is go to the side and go into a loop next to it and grab that again. And then grab it again, do another little loop through it. Just to a sense kind of helps secure it more, almost like a knot. And then I would put away my tools. And you just would check on it, make sure it's tight enough. And if you really want to be secure, sometimes what I'd like to do is I just like to put another little, like a slip knot in the end of it. Okay, and then I would just trim it again. Okay. And what you can do if you want with this tail, or any other tails, because I've got a bunch that are through here that I've got to fix, some little strings that are hanging. You can try hiding it in the project, which is just simply going next to it and just kind of grabbing it and kind of hiding it into the project by taking a loop next to it and just kind of bringing that through. And that will, I mean, you just continue doing that all the way down, and that will help hide it. So there you go. That is how to do, work with this loom and to take it off. And it's amazing how something this size will create this kind of project. I mean, if you look at it, it creates a pretty, decent size, 5 foot wide panel that you wouldn't imagine that would come out of, I think it's 18 inches wide or whatever for that. And here's our little first panel for the scrap shawl or scrap blanket if I decide, or I might even use it as a simple little scrap wrap right now or something, or turn it into something else. You never know what I'm going to do with it. But I love it because it reminds me of a lot of the different projects I've done by looking at the colors, so that's why I want to do something like this. It may not be totally pretty to everybody's eyes, but it's just more of a fun little, like, throwing something together, and, I just thought it was kind of a cool idea to do it with a scrap. So this is what it is, and that is how you cast off the DA Infinity Zoo loom. If you've tied off any yarns, you want to go back through and hide them in your project and trim them a little bit and just kind of make it all look nice and pretty. But there it is, and I hope this video helped just to show you how from start to finish it looks to take something off that loom. So have a great day.